Welcome. What is up? Welcome to the Mixer. I'm your host, RC. I am once again not joined by my co host, Jeff. Jeff is he's settling in. He has now moved out of state. So just me. We are hoping to have him back next week. We thought it would be this week, but unfortunately, no. Fortunately, no, his internet's not up. So here we are. Just me. It is March Madness week and NFL free agency week. Those are going to be our main points of discussion. Little check in, keep you guys up to date, keep the content stream flowing. First things first, bit of housekeeping. Don't forget, like and subscribe to all of our channels. We are on our podcasts are on most pod feeds, iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, I believe, Google Podcasts, all that fun stuff. You could also find you can see my lovely face, my lovely SDSU merch, my Jumpman logo I got here for the tournament on YouTube. It is the Mixer channel and all of our socials at FCY Mixer. Hoping to have more content, more clips coming to you there. So first, now that that's done, and also we have our survey. We're wrapping up season 1 here. Link is in the show notes. Don't forget to take our survey. Let us know how we can do better. We'd love to hear from you. First things first, as always, tilts. So, I feel like I'm the target for every get-rich-quick scheme that is out there at this point. The latest being NBA Top Shot. It's a digital asset, a digital trading card. It's basically monetizing gifts. And if you do any research on them, some are going for crazy numbers. I mean, I think one sold for $208,000. Yeah, it's really hard to even create an account. Their pack drops. I'm trying to get involved. There's an online marketplace that keeps opening and shutting down. This is a disaster. I haven't got any packs. I've just gotten like 3, basically $5, which is like the lowest that they trade for, just to get involved. And anyway, hopefully I get a pack. And the returns on those are pretty crazy right now. So wish me luck. Get on the Top Shot craze. If you're into it, let me know. I would love to talk Top Shot with you guys. I'm excited to, the NBA is leading the way here. I'm excited to get the drop on the next digital assets. Gronk is launching his own. I'm sure that there's going to be more coming for NFL. I know there's one for UFC. I believe that's going to be done by the same people that do the NBA Top Shot. So that's coming later this year. You know me, I'm a big race fan. I would love some Formula One, tradable gifts. And I'm just a trading card dork in general. I have a collection I was thumbing through because this kind of got that itch scratched again. And I was going through my collection. There's some pretty cool stuff in there. And I was looking up, and the range of value between the listings, like, I mean, for some reason, I have a bunch of like rookie Brett Favre stuff. I think my stepdad was into the Packers, so anyway, I got some Brett Favre stuff. And I was looking at some of the cards, like I have like a college card from him, like a prospect card or something. So I looked it up. And I mean, some listings were like $3.50 for, and then there were others in the hundreds of dollars for the same card. So anyway, I'll have to do some more studying on how these cards are valued in price, and of course, like I just bought it from some guy at a mall probably way back when. I don't exactly have any authenticity cards or anything other than, the dusty binder that I kept it in, and say, like, trust me, who would make a fake like this? So anyway, maybe I'll be on Antique Roadshow someday, showing off my baseball and football card collection. Anybody remember that show? That show was legit. Public access, wasn't that on PBS or something? Anyway, moving on. So yeah, that's where I'm tilting. Top Shot, not being able to get packs, and just the learning curve, and possibly being another victim to a pyramid scheme. Maybe we should start making the mixer as an NFT, put it on the blockchain, whatever that means. That's just what's hot right now. That's how maybe that's how we'll launch our merch line. Speaking of which, I designed a T-shirt related to the Padres. If you are interested, hit me up direct. My Twitter handle's in the show notes as well. You can tweet me there, or many of our listeners have my phone number, or my personal Facebook accounts and all that. Just let me know if you want in on it before I release it and start posting about it. Anywho, it's related to Fernando Tatis. It's not our mixer branding or anything. It's just more of for Tatis. So, anywho, other tilts, finances. This is, humble brag, maybe, but, for the first time in a while, I feel like finances are going in the right direction after months and months and maybe even years of tilting that. So, that's good. And hitting that window, I remember this segment from Colin Cowherd way back when AM radio was still a thing, and before the days of podcast binging. I was listening to ESPN Sports Radio, and Colin Cowherd did this segment. Oh man, it's so bad, man. He would get. I hear the cancel culture libs are after Cowherd on the reg, but thoughts and prayers if this clip is out there. But I just remember him talking about how the window for a guy to have like true success in his career or in life is between the ages of 35 and 55. As a 34-year-old, that window's about to open, and I think I'm positioned. Hopefully we're able to make our moves, and lots of people listening. Just the generation in general, millennials. Please don't cancel millennials if there's any others from other generations out there. We're good people. We try to be. We're adapting this new world we're inheriting, so bear with us while we adjust. And I feel like that's what it's been the last, getting into adulthood and all that. Anyway, turning the corner. As a generation, personally, feel like I'm turning the corner. So, yeah, that's a reverse tilt. I'm flipping the tilt. I don't know. Maybe we need a topic on that. But yeah, optimistic about that outlook for the first time in a while. So, but hitting that 35 to 55 window Cowherd was talking about. But man, the way he juxtaposed that segment was, geez, man, I can't even remember who it was. I think it was some celebrity relationship or something, and maybe it was even the Tiger Woods thing. It was like when he had the first controversy with his wife and the alleged golf club to his head or golf club to his car, and he crashed it. Incident happened, and he was talking about how Tiger was just in his prime or something like that, and his wife was out of her prime, or because the window for women is much younger. It was super chauvinistic, this segment. Anyway, if he tried to get away with that bit now, it would be really bad. But anywho, for some reason, I always remember that segment, him saying, 35 to 55 is that window where, where guys should be making their move. And I mean, I think that applies for everybody, regardless of gender. I mean, Cowherd's just a freaking, he's not even a capital J, man. He's just one of those old timey shock jock guys. So don't listen to him. But yeah, anywho, moving on. Those are tilts. And Jeff's not here. I miss you, buddy, baby, whatever. We have pet names for each other, so I'm not afraid to admit it. It's 2021. It's all right. Yeah. We should have a launch coming up. Again, season 2 going to be coming up. I mean, do I even want to go by seasons? I shouldn't be having this conversation on the mic, but we're going to have logos coming out. Thanks for the input some of you guys provided on some of the logos that I sent to you. Got a t-shirt coming out, and Jeff's in Idaho, so it's a big changes coming. The much awaited laptop should be ordered soon. Apple has an announcement coming up supposedly next week, and that Stimmy's gonna hit, so that should help out. But yeah, anyway, hopefully we'll take it up from just sub mediocre production and quality here of this product, and make it to perfectly average and mediocre. That's our goal. That's our goal for 2021. We're just trying to be realistic. All right, let's talk some sports, shall we? So we have the NCAA tournament starting this week. All games are in Indianapolis. The Aztecs, who I'm mainly concerned about, drew Syracuse, the 6-11 matchup. The last time they were 6-11, I think was when they lost to NC State in 2012. It's the first time that they got bounced as a favored, as a higher seed. So, drawing Syracuse, who, not a blue blood, not Kentucky, Kansas, Connecticut, no, not UConn. They're not UNC, North Carolina. Sorry, Duke. Not one of those blue blood teams, but certainly a well-established program with a coach who's been around for a while. I believe that he's won national titles, right? Jim Boeheim. Sorry, my basketball knowledge is still not the best, but yeah, I remember the Aztecs played them in 20. It was either 2013 or 2012, sometime around then. They played it on the Carrier on the USS Midway, and they just couldn't get anything going. It was really low scoring. It was the first game of the year, so can't really, not like there's an established rivalry there, but the Aztecs did lose. So, drawing a school like that in the first round is going to be tough. And then they would face up against West Virginia potentially in the next game. Man, I wish I had my bracket in front of me. We'll talk more college basketball next week after I guess it would be the first 2 rounds. And but yeah, I mean, you got the Zags, the Illini, Baylor, and who's the other 1 seed? I can't think of the other 1 seed right now. You guys are probably shouting it, but yeah, I have a pretty chalky bracket. I think that's the way to go this year. It's all on a neutral site. Travel's not going to be, there's not going to be as big of a home field advantage. So that's just my thought. And people, when filling out their brackets, they usually get a little too cute, take a little too many upsets. They do things like putting Santa Barbara into the round of 16, which we know is not going to happen. I mean, I guess it's the Sweet 16 in the NCAA bracket. Every other tournament, it's the round of 16. So that's my quick bit of advice for the bettors out there. It's plus EV to take the favorites when, you know, usually it may not be so. Um, so the other big piece of sports news right now, NFL free agency, definitely hot. The tampering or sorry, the free agency period opened up yesterday, right? Before then, teams were not allowed to contact players to negotiate potential contracts. However, I mean, we all know that they were. Um, man, I mean, there's just has been a lot of news. It's been tough to. It's been. I mean, I haven't taken any notes, so most of this is going to be off the top of my head. But the Bears picked up. They just picked up Dalton. They just picked up Andy Dalton for a 1-year deal. They're retaining Trubisky. Sounds like Foles is on the way out, but the hopes to land Russell Wilson for the Bears seem to be gone. Already mentioned Dak Prescott signed a $40 million a year deal for a 4-year contract worth $40 million a year with the Cowboys. The Broncos have not filled the quarterback position. I mean, they still have Drew Lock there, but you know, they haven't brought anybody else in. The Colts did not re-sign Jacoby Brissett. They have Carson Wentz. Brissett signed with the Dolphins to be a backup. Jaguars still likely to draft Trevor Lawrence. They haven't brought anybody in. The Raiders have been basically letting their whole offensive line walk. Not sure what's going on there. The Patriots are going on a shopping spree. I saw somebody tweet that Bill Belichick's on he's doing retail therapy. Maybe he thinks the Patriots are getting a stimulus check. But yeah, man, I mean, they brought in Nelson Aguilar, Johnny Smith. There were Hunter Henry rumors all offseason because apparently Bill Belichick is been following Hunter Henry forever, wanted to draft him. And he's finally a free agent. And when the Johnny Smith news came out, and it was like, oh, well, so much for the Hunter Henry rumors. Maybe he's going to the Chargers. And, his agent probably put out a tweet saying that, well, there was a leak by, the blue check marks on Twitter saying that, Hunter Henry could be brought back to the Chargers potentially, even though he was testing the free agency waters. And that didn't come to fruition because this morning it was announced. I can't remember the terms of the deal. Something like $12 million a year, 3 to 4 year deal. I want to say it was 3. Also joining the Patriots. So 2 tight ends in New England. You don't need me to remind you of the last time that was the thing. So on top of that, they brought in Kendrick Bourne, a wide receiver. And I mean, look up the signings. I feel like it's close to 10 guys. They're retaining Cam Newton. I believe they brought him back for another 1-year deal. So not sure the terms, but really interesting for a team that struggled so much and couldn't throw the ball, and then they retained Cam Newton, who was the guy who couldn't throw the ball, and they brought in all these pass catchers. No secret that the Pats' receiving options were not that great last year. However, there's no hiding that isn't solely on the receiving core. Cam Newton did not look great last season. The Saints, Drew Brees retired. Taysom Hill got a 4-year, $140 million contract extension, which apparently means nothing. All years are voidable. And yeah, I mean, he gets like 10 mil, 12 mil in year 1. They have cap problems, so they're definitely showing some sort of commitment there with the guaranteed 1-year amount, but they did also retain Jameis Winston, and I think he's on a 1 year, $10 million a year deal. So it's like they're pushing the the decision point back a year. I mean, Jeff and I were talking about free agency last year on the Lost Tapes, and we thought there was going to be a huge quarterback carousel then, and then it looked like this year was going to happen. And I mean, it just feels like more of the same. You get kind of these mid-level guys moving around a little bit, but the big names are staying in place. Last year, obviously, the exception was Brady to the Bucks, and I mean, we see how that worked out for the Bucks. This year there were lots of rumors about Russell Wilson to the Bears, and Jameis Winston going somewhere, Deshaun Watson going somewhere, and instead it's more of the same. I think the biggest news to this point has been that the Colts got Carson Wentz, and that the Rams got Matthew Stafford. Those are, I mean, they're pretty big news, but not the kind of like Deshaun Watson to to Miami, and then Tua to the Texans, or Deshaun Watson to San Francisco, or something, Garoppolo to New England. Like, there were all kinds of hypotheticals that could have happened, and this seems very lukewarm at best with the excitement level. However, whenever you need some excitement, look no further than Ryan Fitzmagic. He signed a deal with the Washington football team. He joins that potent defense with Chase Young there. Those guys were electric last season. And Terry McLaurin, who supposedly was injured most of last year, has huge potential. I mean, top 5 wide receiver overall potential. Excited for him. They have Antonio Gibson. They didn't really use in the passing game, but was a converted receiver and did really well running the ball. So lots of potential there. Excited to see what Fitzpatrick can do with a competent team around him. I would expect, if he can control those 3 interception games, they could be dangerous. I mean, they were in the playoffs. They're in the NFC least. Dak's going to be back. So, Dallas is definitely the favorite to win that division. But I mean, when you have Philly there, it should be interesting. With Philly having Hurts for a full season. I mean, the Giants don't look like they improved at all. So, anywho, excited to see what Fitzpatrick can do for the football team, not the cornucopias. Little throwback reference there to like episode 8 or something. So yeah, still waiting for Alex Smith to sign. Hopefully he lands as a backup somewhere, and at least they'll have cool jerseys, because I do want me an Alex Smith jersey. All right. Other free agents moving around. The Chargers got a center from Green Bay. Green Bay let their center walk, and then signed Aaron Jones, who had become a unrestricted free agent, to I think, again, it seems like all these contracts are the same. It's like 3 to 4 years, $12 million a year. Like, that's I'll take the number 1, please. Yes, that is the contract I would like. It's package option number 1, 3 to 4 years, $12 million per year. Sure. So, yeah, they let their center walk. I mean, he was 29. They brought back Aaron Jones, who I believe is mid-20s. But they have A.J. Dillon behind, who they drafted in the first round last year. So, I mean, that feels like a wasted pick. Or this contract's kind of wasted, and they didn't even really utilize Aaron Jones to his fullest. makes it seem like they were trying to keep his price tag down to re-sign him, but then he gets maybe above market for what a running back should go for, because I think franchise tagging a running back only costs like $9 million this year. So yeah, really questionable front office decisions by the Packers there. Seems to be going around in the league. Chris Godwin was tagged by the Bucs. Allen Robinson was tagged by the Bears. Kenny Golladay has not signed. Will Fuller has not signed. Juju Smith-Schuster has not signed. Corey Davis signed a contract with the Jets, I believe, which, I mean, just freaking gross. Antonio Brown has not signed. T.Y. Hilton has not signed. Curtis Samuel has not signed. I believe Marvin Jones Jr. is going to the Jaguars. I believe I saw that shortly before getting on here. There were rumors that he was going to rejoin Matthew Stafford in LA, make the trip with him, but looks like that's not happening. Already mentioned Nelson Aguilar signing with the Patriots. Chris Carson has not signed. Kenyon Drake has not signed. Have not heard news about Gerald Everett. Would love to see him in the Charger uniform alongside Parham. Gronk, I do not believe there hasn't been an announcement on Gronk. However, I expect him to be back with the Bucs. Jason Verrett, free agent cornerback for the 49ers. He was he got a 1-year contract extension or signing with to stay with the Niners. And then Joe Johnson, maybe one of the biggest free agent signings, safety, Pro Bowl safety, All Pro. I don't know. He's a stud from the Rams. The Browns were able to land Joe Johnson. So great signing there for the Browns. So I'm sure Jeff is stoked about that. There were rumors about the Chargers getting him. So I mean, those are the big signings so far. I do not believe I missed any. There should be more to come. We're still waiting on a lot of the receivers to find landing spots. I'm eager to see where Golladay and Fuller are going to go. Obviously, similar with Juju, although not so much. And basically once these guys are signed, we're going to shift our eyes towards the draft, and we're going to start filling some holes, looking at mock drafts. So yeah, it's an exciting time. We got baseball season right around the corner. Slam Diego went off again yesterday, which, I mean, just grand slams in San Diego are so common. I mean, your hot prospect stud CJ Abrams, the next guy, the next big thing, hits a grand slam yesterday, and didn't even see it across my Twitter feed until today. Believe me, I was checking. So it's gonna be an awesome season. I cannot wait. Cannot wait to get the merch in, get to wear it on the channel. You guys will be able to see that soon enough. But that is going to do it for this week on the Mixer. Until next week, this is RC. Thank you guys. Toodaloo! Need more practice on that. All right, later.